Today on KBOI 2 News, remembering Jardo, a special dog that made a lasting impact on the Treasure Valley.
He really was turning tears into smiles.
You'll hear from those who knew him best.
He went above and beyond what could be expected of any canine or any patrol officer to save his fellow officers.
Those who helped him after he took a gunshot wound.
We do believe this was connected to the original injury.
And those who had the chance to see him push through in the days after he took a bullet.
We have special live team coverage today as the city of Boise honors a police dog killed protecting our community. Breaking news, a difficult day in the Treasure Valley. Boise police dog Jardo has died from complications following a shooting nearly a week ago. Now, this is recent video of Jardo. We had the opportunity to spend time with him as he was recovering from a gunshot wound. All indications were that his recovery was going extremely well. But last night, Jardo took a turn for the worse and he died, surrounded by those he loved. Now, we have team coverage this afternoon. We start with KBOI2's Amiko Sumi. She's live outside of the Boise Police Department. She was there when the tough announcement was made earlier this afternoon.
Yes, today you will notice that police are wearing black bands to show they are mourning. Boise Police and West Vet just announced hours ago that the BPD has lost one of its officers in the line of duty. After the officer-involved shooting Friday, police dog Jardo went into emergency surgery, lost a lung, but seemed to be recovering, as you can see in this video as he plays with his handler.
That's a good boy.
Police Chief Bill Bones says Jardo was a ray of hope this week for the department.
When his handler brought him in, and he's going up to individuals, and he had to know Jardo to do this, but when he wanted petted, you were going to pet him. And he'd come up and hit you with his nuzzle. But he just walked through the station this week, and he really was turning tears into smiles, and it was something to see. Something I know that he did not just for us, but for the entire community.
But things took a turn for the worse last night, and now the entire department is mourning one of their own. Chief Bones says, though he can't give details about Friday's shooting, he knows Jardo was a hero that afternoon.
I've been given enough information now to know that he truly was a hero. And I say that with all sincerity. He went above and beyond what could be expected of any canine or any patrol officer to save his fellow officers. And I do consider this an in-the-line-of-duty death for our canine.
Bones asked the community to keep Jardo, the department, and Jardo's handler in its thoughts today. The BPD is planning a memorial for Jardo. They have chosen next week, but not an exact day. Jardo's memorial will be treated just like any other fallen officer's funeral. Live in Boise, Amiko Sumi, KBOI 2 News.
Well, today's news comes as a surprise to so many right here in Boise who had been seeing video of Jardo running around following the shooting. KBOI2's Scott Logan continues our team coverage live from the newsroom with more on the medical issues that occurred following Friday's shooting.
Jardo was doing well in recent days, and clearly he was one tough, tenacious dog to even have survived his initial wounds. Remember, he was shot in the chest and had a lung removed. But his prognosis was still good, and then things suddenly changed last night. Recent checkups showed Jardo was doing well on the road to recovery, but then Wednesday night, the police dog began acting lethargic. Jardo was quickly taken to West Vet in Garden City, where an initial exam found blood in the dog's chest.
He was taken back to emergency surgery. Additional blood transfusions were given, and he did have some life-threatening hemorrhage coming from what appeared to be the base of his heart.
But before a team of doctors could address the hemorrhages, Jardo went into cardiac arrest and died.
We do believe this was connected to the original injury. Sometimes damaged blood vessels or vascular structures can start to leak as they are going through the healing process. They can open up and start leaking, and we believe that was what transpired.
Veterinarians said it was an unexpected, sudden, and devastating complication. Vets say Jardo's surgery sites were fine and they were healing well. They saw no problem there. They also say that everyone who treated this brave police dog became very close to him, and his sudden passing brings plenty of tears. Live in the newsroom, Scott Logan, KBOI2 News.
Now KBOI2's Jeff Platt continues our live team coverage with reaction from some of the people who were following Jardo's recovery closely and were hoping for the best.
You know, Brent, as a dog owner myself, I can tell you, and someone who's interviewed canine officers and their handlers in the past, these dogs aren't just dogs or pets. They're truly partners. They are co-workers. They're family. So I went out to a couple of dog parks out in Boise and spoke to some other dog owners to see how they felt about the news when they heard that after braving so much surgery and getting hit in the line of duty, how Jardo had unfortunately passed away.
His dog is going to miss him like tremendously because you don't realize how attached those dogs are to the owners until they're gone or not coming back.
It's really sad, honestly. It makes me think of my dog, to be completely honest. It's devastating, and the thought of that happening just makes me sick, especially just being a dog owner.
Another thing that many of the dog owners I spoke to brought up is that they would like to see some sort of memorial service held for Jardo because, as they told me, in their eyes, he is just the same as any human officer wearing a badge in the city of Boise. Reporting live in Boise, Jeff Platt, KBOI2 News.
And as you've been seeing for a couple days now, we've been showing you video of Jardo on the mend.
Well, today's announcement came as a surprise to everyone in the community, especially those who saw Jardo recently, and that includes